60th back in October of 2012. He's played in 5 U.S. Opens in his career. To make it 6, he's going to have to win 3 matches in 3 days in this 2014 U.S. Open qualifying tournament. Good look at the crowd on Queens Day here at the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center, celebrating the borough of Queens. Obviously free tennis for qualifying, a lot of musical acts on the grounds as well. And Tiafoe has not yet come out to court 17, so we'll step aside and we'll have live tennis coming up here on CBS Sports Network. It's been a beautiful day here in Flushing Meadows, and now early evening, and the fans have turned out in a big way today for Queens Day at the U.S. Open, the inaugural Queens Day, which celebrates the borough of Queens. A lot of Queens-based musical acts have been performing throughout the day. They had Taylor's favorite activity of face painting throughout the course of the day, and a lot of offers and information on local Queens businesses, and a free screening of Mary Poppins coming up.
That's my favorite, too.
Well, this is your day. We can rename it Taylor Dent Day at the U.S. Open, but obviously a great day and a great week here with the qualifying event. As now you see Frances Tiafoe has taken the court here at court 17 to warm up for his match against Tatsuma Ito, and Tiafoe is making a lot of headlines this year. He's really emerged as one of those top young American talents. He's ranked number 7 in the world in juniors, and he played at the City Open last month, making his ATP main draw debut. Lost in the first round, received a wild card to get in. But Taylor, when you look at Frances, what do you like about his game?
Well, he has a lot of flair. There's no doubt about it. And he is fun to watch. You'll see him engage the crowd a lot. At least he has in the matches that I have seen him play. He's got a pretty big forehand, and he's confident. You know, he goes out there, he thinks he can win. We should be in for a good show.
6'1", and he can use that frame to his advantage. He has all the athletic tools to make it big in this sport of tennis. As you see, the chair umpire tonight, John Blum of Australia. Good look from Arthur Ashe Stadium back in here to court 17. A nice crowd on hand for qualifying action. Again, the winner tonight will play again tomorrow, and if this winner goes on to win again tomorrow, they'll play again Friday. 3 wins it takes to move on to the main draw, which starts Monday. And our match is about to start when we come back here on CBS Sports Network. The winner of Ito and Tiafoe will take on Alex Bogomolov Jr. in tomorrow's second-round action. He advanced earlier today. Field of 128 on both the men's and women's side, and 16 advance from the men's side, 16 on the women's side. Trying to get a spot in the main draw, which starts on Monday, and the draw itself will come out tomorrow. Take you back inside court 17. Ito and Tiafoe continue to warm up in front of the fans here at this great court. The addition of court 17 to the grounds here at the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center has really been welcomed with open arms. There have been some thrilling matches over the years on court 17.
2 minutes.
And we expect another one here tonight with the 16-year-old Francis Tiafoe, born in Hyattsville, Maryland, now lives in College Park. He received a wild card into this U.S. Open qualifying tournament. Meanwhile, Ito is 26 years old, still looking for his first ATP title. And then you can see these players are getting in their serves, working all angles of the court. So important to warm up the right way, as we hear from Dr. Jordan Metzel.
If you're a professional player here at the U.S. Open or an amateur playing in your backyard, you may be thinking, what's the best way to warm up? The answer is dynamic warm-up is in, static stretching is out. By dynamic warm-up, I mean warm up your muscles before you play. Jumping jacks, some jogging in place, some easy squats. If you can get started with those exercises for about 5 minutes before you play, it should help a lot. Once you're done playing, that's the time to stretch. Stretch your hamstrings, your quads, your back after you're done playing. If you follow these tips, I promise you'll stay out of my office and out here on the court.
Definitely don't want to be in the office. What was your pre-match routine, Taylor?
My pre-match routine, I spent a lot of time just mentally getting ready. I think that was a big part of it for me. I'd go somewhere quiet, just close my eyes, make sure that I'm mentally prepared to get out there. And in that warm-up that we just saw, the 5-minute warm-up, that's when I said, okay, if there's a ball that's going out, I'm chasing it. So we're really just, getting that active blood flow going. And that's all, warm-up is. It's just making sure that, the blood's pumping before you have to push it 100%.
How many hours before the match time would you try to eat your last meal?
Everybody's so different. Some people can eat a big meal right before they walk out there. I tend to battle with a little dizziness if I had too much of a meal. So I would end up just eating little snacks, mainly pastas, bread, something light, bland, for sure for me, throughout the course of the day.
Well, we're set to go here on court 17.
First set, Tiafoe to serve.
Tiafoe will serve to start things up at the top of your screen. Here we go.
Love 15.
Long baseline rally to start off this match, and Tiafoe misses just wide.
You can see Ito at the beginning of this match. He's going to see what Tiafoe has to offer. Not really taking a whole lot of risk at that point.
10-year age gap between these two. Ito is 26. Tiafoe is still 16 years old. First head-to-head meeting between Ito and Tiafoe. Ito with a 27-16 record this year on the ATP Tour.
30-15.
We'll see how Ito adjusts to Tiafoe's serve. His best serves tend to be at the body, and it's going to be to Ito's forehand.
30.
Tiafoe's breakout win came last December at the Orange Bowl Junior Championships. Beat Stefan Kozlov, a man we saw a short time ago here on CBS Sports Network. Tiafoe became the youngest ever boys 18 champion at the Orange Bowl. You talk about Orange Bowl winners over the years. John McEnroe, Bjorn Borg, Roger Federer. The youngest to ever win it was this man, and that's why, one of the reasons why expectations are sky high for the Maryland native. But right now, he faces break point to open up this match. And the big forehand winner for Tiafoe.
It's interesting whenever you talk about junior tournament winners and how they've done on the Pro Tour. I tell you what, if he hits forehands like that, that's pro quality. Pro quality. But it's really tough to say because there is such a wide gap between junior tennis and professional tennis. And that's just because the requirements just keep going up and up and up. You can't get away playing defense on the Pro Tour as you do in juniors. You know, you can't get away with the offense that you do in juniors, you know, on the Pro Tour.
Fun to see Tiafoe sling that forehand, and he saves a break point in the opening service game to hold the 1-love. Let's take a closer look at Tiafoe with his strengths and weaknesses, and certainly the forehand goes in the strengths category.
We've seen the forehand already. He definitely has a lot of firepower on that side. He is quick around the court. He's going to make some amazing gets tonight, no doubt about it. His weaknesses, backhand, it's a little one-dimensional. He hits it pretty flat. He goes, you know, up and down the court a lot. And concentration, we will see him interact a lot with the crowd if past is any indication. And, you know, on the cusp is the serve. It's very one-dimensional. Like I said, he can really only hit serves to a right-hander's body and forehand. Anytime he tries to go to the backhand, he misses the mark by a fair bit. It's just not as consistent as it needs to be.
15.
We saw Kozlov a short time ago here on CBS Sports Network, and he admitted after the match he was a little fired up, too much adrenaline in that first set. He dropped it, came back to win. We'll see how Tiafoe reacts to the atmosphere here in New York City.
$15-13.
2012 was Ito's best year in the sport. He was an Olympian, competed at the London Olympics, and it was really a big year for all of Japanese tennis, as in 2012 it was the first time that 3 Japanese players finished in the year-end top 100. Nishikori, Sueda, and Ito, who was a career high number 60 back in October of 2012.
30.
Ito cranks up an ace. And now game point. Ito turned pro in 2006. He was still in high school. Began playing at age 9.
Yes. Advantage Ito.
Now Tiafoe a little frustrated after that one. And another game point for Ito. And Ito is able to hold 1-all in the opening set. Ito, the 11th seed in this qualifying tournament, as we take a look at his strengths and weaknesses. And you saw him crank up that serve. That's one of his strengths, and also from the baseline as well.
Yeah, he's not going to get as many free points on that serve as those top guys do. And that results in just kind of an all-over concept of his game. It's a little bit of a lack of firepower, but he makes up for that being so solid from the baseline.
15.
So it always comes back to the same thing. You know, Tiafoe is not going to out-rally Ito. Is he going to have enough aggression, consistent aggression off that forehand side to dictate play consistently? Because Ito's going to give him the chance. There's no doubt about it.
Touch.
Well, you called it from the beginning. Tiafoe has to stay focused. You can see that he's quite a little character out there.
It's hard to say whether this helps or hurts him. I will say normally good competitors don't do what he does. Obviously, you have exceptions that get energy from engaging the crowd. I know Connor's used to. McEnroe used to engage the umpires. Monfils is more of a modern player that engages the crowd and gets energy from that. He doesn't have a long enough track record, speaking of Tiafoe, to really know whether it helps or hurts him.
One thing that should help him is the fact that he competed at the City Open in D.C. this summer. First time in a main draw. And that's his home event. He's from Maryland. Tournaments in D.C. So many people came out to watch that. And even though he didn't win that match, losing to Donskoy 6-4, 6-4, just that experience of playing in front of the home fans with so much attention and the bright lights on him has to help him for something like this.
Some people struggle with being in the spotlight, and some people thrive. I think Tiafoe is more of a type of player that thrives being in the spotlight. Another player who comes to mind is, we always see his best tennis on a big stage is someone like Jack Sock. He comes out, he plays great. Some of his worst results come in challengers when there's just not many people watching.
Tiafoe holds, and we are on serve in this opening set. The American Tiafoe against Tatsuma Ito of Japan.
Time.
Video on USOpen.org is your premier source for match highlights, analysis, press conferences, and behind-the-scenes coverage. Visit USOpen.org. Ito serving at 1-2 in the opening set.
Love 15.
All right, Taylor, I'm going to unfairly put you on the spot. We saw Stefan Kozlov earlier today on CBS Sports Network. If you had to buy stock in Kozlov or Tiafoe, who would you pick? And when I say stock, I mean projecting the future. You want to see it grow.
Okay, well, can I think it through out loud?
Sure. I would enjoy that.
So with Tiafoe, I'd say the things that he needs to work on to be a successful professional. But what I mean successful is top 20, top 30, top 20. I think he's going to need to work on the backhand. The serve is an issue, and mental toughness. Now, the mental toughness, we'll talk about that later. So those are three pretty big things. I mean, the serve and the mental toughness are huge. People can survive with a mediocre backhand, but can't survive with a mediocre serve, can't survive with mediocre toughness. Kozlov, he's a tough kid. And we got break point here, love 40.
And 3 break chances for Tiafoe.
With Kozlov, I think athleticism is going to be something that needs to be worked on. His forehand, accuracy and heaviness is going to need, and his serve. I mean, if you're looking at it right there, it's close. It's really close. They both have to work on 3 pretty big things, 2 huge things.
That's deep, and Tiafoe with the break. First break of the match, and the American takes a 3-1 lead in the opening set.
But just to finish off my thought, I'll say the toughest component out of, and we get a reaction from Tiafoe here, the toughest of those things to work on is the mental toughness. Because some people never, ever, ever get it. And they've been out on the tour for ages. You know, you think of a guy like Safin, who had all the game in the world, never had the mental toughness aspect. And that's what held him back from reaching full potential.
Well, I heard lots of wonderful analysis, Taylor, but I actually never did get an answer to my question.
I'm too tight to answer. That's as good as an answer as you're going to get.
Let's check in with Katrina Adams.
Yeah, Andrew, I was about to say, Taylor never answered your questions.
I'm not going to
Let him
answer.
off the hook.
Yep.
But, you know, he mentioned mental toughness, and he mentioned Safin. Safin did reach #1 in the world, won a couple Grand Slams. So when you talk about stability, I think Kozlov's game probably has more stability between the two. But I think Tiafoe has so much room for growth and has so much talent already that he could surpass him if he does gain that mental toughness.
Wait, please.
I answered the question.
Yes, you did, Katrina, and I never had any doubt that you wouldn't. Meanwhile, we're all still waiting for Taylor Dent.
Well, I mean, I guess my thing on the mental toughness is all about reaching your potential. I mean, if we sit down and we compare Safin's game to Federer, who's got all the Grand Slams in the world, I think Safin, just on a pure game basis, comes out on top. So the fact that he's only won 2 Grand Slams, in my opinion, is huge underachievement.
So you're putting your money on Kozlov?
Again, it's an X factor, and just because I respect the mental side of tennis so much, I think I would give a very, very slight nod, a 51-49 to Kozlov.
That's a good one. I like Kozlov's game. I think he is a solid player, doesn't show too many weaknesses, and still has room for growth. And again, both these guys are 15, 16 years old, so a lot to improve on over the years to come.
Oh, beautiful shot from Tiafoe. Well, the best part of that conversation from an American perspective is that you've got 2 guys who are 16 years old, ranked in the top 7 in the world in juniors. So the future is bright for American tennis with these 2 as Tiafoe consolidates the break to go up 4-1. Tiafoe looking good out of the gate. He leads Ito 4-1 in the opening set on court 17. Don't forget ESPN's coverage of the U.S. Open main draw begins Monday at 1 Eastern from right here at the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center. Tatsuma Ito in a bit of trouble here in the first set, serving at 1-4.
Love 15.
Impressive start from Francis Tiafoe of Maryland. Sometimes it's crazy just to see birthdays of some of the guys that we feature. Tiafoe's birthday is January 20th, 1998.
Ito hasn't played a terrible set so far. 5 unforced errors, and he's got 2 winners backed it up. But where the difference is the forced errors. Tiafoe's putting a ton of pressure on Ito and just forcing him into making a lot of mistakes. He's got 14 in that column.
That's you. Touching. Game Ito.
Second ace for Ito, and he holds, but Tiafoe will serve at 4-2.
Tiafoe leads 4 games to 2.
Ito has played some Davis Cup for Japan, made his debut in 2009. Mentioned the Olympics in 2012. Still looking for his first ATP title, and this week looking for a spot in the main draw of the US Open.
15.
Big winner there from Ito.
The approach down the center of the court doesn't work too many times in professional tennis. Might be able to get away with that at the Orange Bowl, but not here.
He knows it too. It's fun to watch Tiafoe load up on that forehand. Certainly one of his strengths. It's 30 all. And now a break point for Ito. Tiafoe talking to himself a few times this set, like right here. Big chance for Ito. That's long, and we're back on serve in the opening set. Ito with a fist pump as he walks off the court.
4 games to 3.
So Tiafoe looked to be in control of the first, but here comes Ito.
Time.
Tatsuma Ito has gotten it back on serve in this opening set against Francis Tiafoe of Maryland.
Love 15.
That was just deep.
Let's first.
Half hour into this qualifying match. This is round one of qualifying. The winner advances to round two tomorrow. It takes 3 wins to get into the main draw, which begins on Monday here in New York. Oh, that one handcuffed Tiafoe. And a couple of game points for Ito to get it square at 4-all.
You don't see the body serve pay off that much for a server of Ito's pace. Only need to be serving 130 plus for that body serve to work out.
It was 4-1. Now it's 4-all in this opening set. As we check in with Katrina Adams, she has a special guest.
Hey, I'm here with Misha Kuznetsov, who is Francis's first coach and still working with him a little bit from the Junior Tennis Champion Center. And Misha, what's been the key to Francis's success so far in his young career?
I think he likes to have fun and really enjoys the game. He's also very hungry and really likes to play points, and I think that's the key.
And what does he need to do to get through this match?
I think he needs to stay disciplined with his shot selection and also focus on his first serve percentage.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Well, Misha hit on one of the key words that's often associated with Tiafoe, and that's hungry. This kid yearns to be number one. He says he wants to be the next great American player. And the other thing that's very interesting about him is that he is very much a student of the game, a student of history. He likes to go back and watch classic matches and watch matches from 10, 20 years ago. He learns a lot from them, and that is something that you can't teach, and it's intangible that Tiafoe has.
40-50.
Surprised he doesn't throw in a few more serve and volleys. He's watching those old school matches.
Ace there, and an impressive service game from Tiafoe. He had dropped 3 straight games, and now he takes a 5-4 lead. Ito will serve to stay in the set when we come back.
Time.
The winner between Ito and Tiafoe advances to tomorrow's second round against Alex Bogomolov Jr. here at the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center. Ito serving to stay in the first set. And that's a good way to start for Ito.
15.
Ace number 3. Now Tiafoe frustrated in this game as Ito has jumped out to a 40-love advantage. Coach of Tiafoe watching on. Tiafoe is relaying to his coach, relaying to himself, move. He needs to move. You've seen him hit some shots flat-footed in this service game.
That's what cost him that break when he was up a break. He just, got a little careless. It was actually what his coach said. His shot selection just went off. He was going for extremely high difficulty shots. That tends to happen when you're nervous. You either play ultra passive or ultra aggressive.
Ito.
Too much on that one, and Ito squares the set at 5 apiece. Let's check in courtside with Katrina Adams.
Well, when I was speaking to Frank while we were waiting before the interview, he was saying that Tiafoe needed to take advantage and take some chances on those second serves, go for those big shots. He's missed 3 of those as he did on that one, but that's what his coach wants him to do. Really take advantage and take some chances on the second serve return. He just needs to tone it down a little bit and get him in play.
And how do you feel about that, Katrina? Because I feel like once the point starts, a lot of times Tiafoe is actually outplaying Ito, so he doesn't need to rush to finish.
I agree with you on that, but if that's what's in his mindset going on the court, that's what he's doing. And so that's where he's got to bring it back in and say, okay, I'm in this match. Let me just make him play.
Yeah, I agree. I think game plans are like theory. And nothing changes a theory like reality. And the reality is Tiafoe is more solid than this guy from the baseline. He doesn't have to do anything fancy, so he's got to bring it in, like you said, a little bit.
It's just immaturity of not playing enough matches, especially on this level.
Throws a second serve past Ito there, but 12 unforced errors on the forehand side for Tiafoe in this set. Dangerous territory for Francis Tiafoe of Maryland as Ito has 2 break points.
That was a great sneaky change of direction by Ito. And generally, when you're a counterpuncher, that's your biggest play, that backhand up the line.
Tiafoe fights off one, he'll have to do it again. Keep in mind, Tiafoe led 4-1 in this first set. Tiafoe saves them both. Little help from Ito there, but it's deuce.
Advantage Ito.
A third break point opportunity for Tatsuma Ito of Japan. Wow, that backhand just got over the net by Tiafoe, and Ito was not able to send it back. We go to deuce again.
Bolts.
You can hear the response from the fans here. Court 17 fully behind the American Tiafoe, just 16 years old. Game point. I had that one.
Deuce.
He definitely lets you know how he's feeling out there. They used to be like my dad's in the stands when I was playing. All that body language.
Advantage Ito.
A fourth break point in this game for Ito. Ito just misses long. Deuce number 4 as this battle continues. Opening set between Ito and Tiafoe. That's well played by the young American.
That's great court sense. He saw he really hurt Ito, pulled him out of the court outside the doubles alley, and that was not an easy volley. Kept it low, cut it away. That was very well done.
Tiafoe throws away another game point opportunity. And at 5-5 in this first set, we have our 5th deuce of this service game. Coach Misha Kuznetsov continues to watch on. forehand winner.
Advantage Tiafoe.
A beautiful thing to watch when he's in a groove.
And you can see how high that ball went over the net. He was able to be that aggressive. All that racket head speed.
Yes.
But once again, Tiafoe cannot string together back-to-back points, and we go to deuce number 6. Picked it up. What a shot.
No big deal.
Advantage Tiafoe.
Oh, that's pretty. Can he finish it off? Another game point for Tiafoe. And this time he does.
Tiafoe 6 games to 5.
Tiafoe all fired up, playing to the crowd in New York City.
Time.
From the radio to your television, spend your afternoon with Doug Gottlieb as he gives his take on all the hot topics around the world of sports. Check out the premiere of the Doug Gottlieb Show this Monday at 3 Eastern, only on CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Look forward to seeing Doug on TV each and every day.
Love 15.
So now the crowd fully behind Tiafoe. And he was certainly playing to them at the end of that long service game before the last commercial break. And now Ito trying to set up a first set tiebreak. Tiafoe had good depth on those two forehands. And it's 15-30. Tiafoe cranks up another.
15-14.
And he has 2 set points.
And this is exactly what Coach Misha wanted him to do. Take chances on that second serve.
Or his reaction will be if he breaks Ito here for the set.
$30-40.
Another set point for Tiafoe. Misses that one.
Yes.
Ito gets it to deuce. Tiafoe gave that one a long look, nearly had it. But instead, Ito saves 2 set points. Executed by the 16-year-old, and he's got a 3rd set point.
Advantage Tiafoe.
Another great sneak in from Tiafoe. Great timing. Has to do little to nothing with that volley to secure the point.
6 for 9 at the net for Tiafoe. Will the 3rd time be the charm here? Trying to close out the first set.
Yes.
Big ace from Ito. That's clutch, his 4th of the set. And now Ito a point away from a tiebreak.
Juice.
Chance of Francis from the fans at court 17.
Advantage Ito.
This is another perfect volley. By the time modern players get into the net, their opponents are so far behind the baseline that generally that short, low volley is all that is needed.
Game, Ito.
Ito saves 3 set points. And this first set is going to a tiebreak. touch from Ito.
1-0.
That was a really tough shot Ito had to pull off there. And what made this tough is not that it was below the net or anything like that. I mean, the biggest thing is Tiafoe was actually in great position, so he had to execute that volley perfectly.
Well, you have to think that if Tiafoe does not come away with this opening set, he's going to be kicking himself. He had a 4-1 lead, and he had 3 set points. He's not able to close the door, and now 1-1 in the tiebreak.
Ito. 3-1, Ito.
You could hear Tiafoe say, "You got to be kidding me." Put that one on a tee for Ito, and it's 3-1 in favor of Ito. Ito doesn't like that one.
Ito
Goes to take a look at it.
No chase review.
Nope.
Out on court 17, not until main draw starts. And we're not allowed to circle marks on the hard court.
So the serve back to Ito, ahead 3-2 in the tiebreak.
Ball 2, Ito.
Players will change sides here in the tiebreak. Ito has one more serve to come as the fans once again trying to will on Tiafoe. The winner of this one will play again tomorrow against Alex Bogomolov Jr. He advanced earlier today. Ito now serving at the top of your screen. One more serve to come. And he has a 4-2 advantage. And the body serve effective right at Tiafoe. Nothing he could do with it.
I don't think Tiafoe thought that ball came over the net. Looked like he didn't react until it was in his face.
Take another look. Now he's in a big hole. Imperative that he picks up these 2 points on his serve. Point.
Great scrambling from Tiafoe to turn this point.
Let's first.
Sixth forehand winner for Tiafoe. He trails now 5-3 in the tiebreak. Two very important points for Tiafoe. That said, Ito can still close out the first set on his racket.
Let's first.
Set points for Tatsuma Ito.
Ito.
Tiafoe stays alive. And now he'll get the serve, trailing 6-5. Another set point, though, here for Ito. What a battle this first set has been. That's wide.
6-0.
Tiafoe fights off 2 set points and squares the tiebreak at 6. Chance of Let's Go Francis. He had 3 set points in this first set, could not convert. But now he has fought off 2 set points from Ito, and it's 6-all.
Ito's been playing a lot of balls to the Tiafoe forehand. Obviously, he's thinking that his legs can withstand that firepower, and he's going to get some errors out of it because it definitely is doing more damage than the backhand wing.
Third set point for Ito, and he has the serve. Trying to nail down this opening set. That is wide.
Ito.
And Tatsuma Ito steals the opening set away from Francis Tiafoe. The young American had a 4-1 lead in that set. He had 3 set points, but instead it's Ito who walks off with a fist pump. And now we'll find out what Tiafoe is made of.
Until I say time, okay? Time. Second set, Ito 2-7.
Welcome back to our live coverage of the 2014 U.S. Open qualifying tournament. Francis Tiafoe, the fan favorite here on court 17. But he dropped a disappointing first set, 7-6 in the tiebreak. And now we're about to find out what Tiafoe is made of, Mr. Dent. See what type of resilience he has after
Love 15.
losing a 4-1 lead in that opening set.
And you also said earlier in the set that he had 3 set points after dropping that lead as well.
Let's first one.
Just seems that too many times today, Tiafoe's been caught flat-footed on the baseline.
Yeah, and I think that's his style. He's a little casual, loosey-goosey out on the court. I think when he pulls those shots off and he's looking, casual as he is, it just looks effortless. It looks easy. But when, unfortunately, the timing is not quite there, it looks, like he's not taking it seriously, like he's not focused, not engaged.
Big opportunity for Tiafoe to begin this second set, as he has a couple of break points. Ace number 5 for Ito tonight. But one more break point coming for Tiafoe.
Juice.
Tiafoe lets another big opportunity slip away, and that's been the storyline here. He's put himself in great positions throughout the first part of this match, but he hasn't been able to get over the hump, and now it's deuce.
Advantage. Ito. Juice. Advantage, Tiafoe.
Sun is set here in New York. Lights are on for court 17. A third break point for Frances Tiafoe here to begin this second set. And there's the break.
Tiafoe first game.
A good start to this second set for Tiafoe. We've already seen the many different faces of Frances Tiafoe tonight. Certainly wears his emotion on his sleeve, and it's energized this crowd here on court 17 as they've been fully behind the young American from Maryland. He's had several opportunities tonight, but finds himself down a set, serving here at 1-love.
$15.
Well, the reason Tiafoe started playing tennis was because of his father, who was an immigrant from Africa. Francis Sr. was a maintenance worker at the Junior Tennis Champion Center in College Park, Maryland. Helped build the facility, in fact. And there were many times when young Francis and his twin brother Franklin would just sleep at the tennis center.
Pressure ball is good. Replay the points.
I'm going to replay the point, and Frances Tiafoe doesn't like this.
Look, we made a call right then. I can't wait and see if he stops playing.
Well, there's many nights when his father would just be working late.
Replay the points.
And Francis and his twin brother Franklin would just go out there and hit. And basically, Francis grew up at the tennis center. Would sleep there some nights as his father would work late, and that's what piqued his interest in tennis. He said that without his dad being there, he probably wouldn't cared about tennis, but he was just around it so much by default. He said, why not? started playing, and here he is at the U.S. Open qualifying tournament.
Third shot.
And I'm a big believer in that. You know, it seems like the people who are great in everything just spend so much time either doing whatever it is that they do or being around whatever it is that they want to do. It's like that book Outliers, the 10,000 hours.
40, 30.
If he's just growing up living at a tennis club, I mean, the amount of advantage that gives him is unspeakable.
Juice.
And while his father no longer works there, he stopped working there 3 years ago, that is still the center in College Park, Maryland, where Francis trains. Has had opportunities to go other places in the country to train, but wanted to stay at the place that was his second home. And an ace there for Tiafoe. His fourth of the night. And a game point for the young American.
We spoke about it in the first set early. That's his best serve.
Okay.
And he consolidates the break to go up to love
Japanese
in the second set. So a little momentum for Tiafoe to begin this second set. As we take a look at the match summary thus far.
Not the cleanest match.
Pretty even.
Yeah, very, very even. I mean, total points won. Tiafoe's only ahead by 3. And I don't think either player, if you ask them right now, would say they're playing a stellar match.
$15.
I guess I'm not really surprised with the amount of errors that Tiafoe has made in the match so far, just because he goes for a lot off that forehand. He's going to get a lot of cheap points, winners and forced errors. So you're willing to take those unforced that come off that wing. I am surprised with Ito. I can't believe how much he is spraying the ball. The fact they're even in errors is pretty remarkable.
Well, let's face it, Ito's outplayed in that first set, and Tiafoe should have won it.
30-15.
He was up 4-1. He had 3 set points, but he kept leaving the door open, and Ito was able to pull it out in a tiebreak. As you said, neither player has brought his A game thus far. Tiafoe out to a 2-love lead here in the second. Ito with an ace to close out that service game. He's on the board here in the second set, but Tiafoe still up a break in the second, trying to force a decisive third. Saturday, August 30th at noon Eastern. Check out CBS Sports Network as Keenan Reynolds and Navy's triple option attack take on Urban Meyer's Ohio State Buckeyes down in Baltimore. Don't miss Ohio State against Navy, only on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports at CBS Sports Network. Game not too far from where Francis Tiafoe grew up. Born in Hyattsville, Maryland, now lives in College Park, now has a new shirt on. And he also has a 2-1 lead in this second set. Trying to stay up a break on Tatsuma Ito.
Love 15.
Thank you for joining us throughout the day here on CBS Sports Network. We've been with you for 7 hours so far of live qualifying tournament coverage.
15.
We'll be with you for the next 2 days as well, as 16 men and 16 women clinch spots in the main draw of the U.S. Open.
Another great play from Tiafoe, sneaking in. Again, doing what needs to be done on that volley. This is kind of the way the first set felt a little bit. You know, Tiafoe really outplaying Ito, and one shaky game with 3 bad choices. Seemed to not be able to shake Ito after that.
40-30.
Ito gets it done at the net and creates deuce in this service game.
Ito definitely had to do a whole lot more work at the net than Tiafoe normally does, and that's because when Ito came in there, Tiafoe again is in very, very good defensive position. By the time Tiafoe comes to net, you see Ito in the corner of the screen.
Advantage, Tiafoe.
Tiafoe holds to 3-1 in the second set. A reminder, the winner of this one will face Alex Bogomolov Jr. in tomorrow's second round.
Alex used to play for the United States. But, he's from Russian descent, so decided to play for Russia. I actually played when he was an American. I played a lot of doubles. with Bogey was his nickname.
And my score on the golf course.
Love 15.
Oh, some frustration from Ito as he airmails that one to the other side of the court.
Ito's got to be careful doing that stuff. You know, it hasn't been, it has definitely happened in the past where players have got frustrated, smacked balls around the court, hit ball kids, hit umpires, and gotten defaulted. Be careful with that.
15 all.
Taylor, we've heard the crowd really in favor of Tiafoe tonight. That's nothing new for Americans playing in New York, and it's something that you experienced as well when you played here. But what was the first time you played like in New York in terms of the fan support for you? Did it catch you off guard? Did you know it was coming when you first heard those chants playing in New York, knowing that you were an American? What was that reaction like for you?
Yeah, it was definitely surprising. You know, I won't say the first time, because the first time I got a wild card into the qualifying, and it's not as big as an event as it is now back then. So there weren't that many people watching. But the second time I got to play, I won a round. I was in the main draw, and I played Safin on you know, one of the smaller show courts. And as big as a crowd favorite Safin was, I was still getting a ton of the cheers, and it was, you know, it bothered him, which is great. I love it.
Did it play with your adrenaline? Did you have
sure.
Did you have to manage it that first time?
Absolutely, for sure. But you know, you just grow up and you get used to that. You know, and my dad was pretty good. He prepared me for that. He said, "Look, the crowd's going to be loud out there. You just make sure you're focused. You do your job. Use that energy when you need it." You know.
Okay.
Because I think that Tiafoe has done a pretty good job tonight. We've seen him emotional, but he hasn't lost it. And he still hasn't lost that break advantage here in the second set. He'll serve when we come back. Back live to court 17, and the trainer is out for Francis Tiafoe, who has a bit of a cut on his left knee. You can see it right there.
Time.
Well, Tiafoe off to a good start here in this second set. As you see his coach, Misha Kuznetsov. Tiafoe still owns that break. He broke in the first game of this second set, and he's set to serve at 3-2. Trying to force a third set here against Ito.
Pressure ball is good. Love 15.
It was a very late ball, and the point was over. When she called it, the point was over. Yeah, I know you hit it. I know you hit it. But by that time, the point was already over. You stop, the ball hit your racket, you stop, the ball hit your racket, and then she called it. No. Yeah, definitely. Definitely like that. I stopped the ball before that.
The coach is booing.
Pressure ball is good. Love 15.
Love 15.
Ooh, it's close.
That is close.
But it looked like Tiafoe was stopping that point. He had his racket to bounce that ball down before it even hit the ground.
All that does is fire up the crowd even more.
30-15.
That's right. I did like that boo from Misha.
How about that?
That's awesome.
That was a little lackadaisical there by Tiafoe. He didn't need to do that, and it cost him.
Totally casual. Totally casual. And those are the types of shots when you pull it off, it looks great, it looks awesome, but when you miss, oh man, it looks bad.
Well, he saves that break point.
Good.
But certainly a learning experience there for Tiafoe.
Advantage Tiafoe.
And Tiafoe holds, much to the delight of the crowd at court 17.
Tiafoe leads 4 games to 2.
4-2 Tiafoe in the second set. Keep in mind it was 4-1 Tiafoe in the first set, and he lost it.
Love 15. Loved it.
This is an incredibly rough set for Ito. That's his 14th unforced error. Guy's serving at 45% first serves in.
And another show of frustration as he fired this one in the stands. Third double fault for Ito.
I don't know if Tiafoe mishit that. If he was going for that inside-out backhand return, you know, obviously it's tough to know what he's thinking out there. But man, when you have somebody across the net who's struggling as much as Ito, you'd love to make him play as much as possible. Seen a few shanks off that forehand side.
All. That one paints the line. Tiafoe doesn't agree with it. Another look. Tough to tell from that angle, but nonetheless, game point for Ito. Looked like that might bounce in. Instead, it's just wide, and it's deuce.
It's such a huge part of the modern game. The athleticism, the ability to keep these points alive, make your opponent have to hit one extra shot. Paying off at a huge time in the second set for Tiafoe.
Advantage Ito. Game, Ito.
That's deep. Ito holds, but Tiafoe still up a break in this second set. He'll serve when we come back.
Time.
Tiafoe, bottom of your screen, serving up 4-3 in the second set.
Love 15.
During that last changeover, Tiafoe was ready to start the match again. Hasn't played too many times on TV. Didn't realize that we need to get some commercials in there, Francis. You got to wait for us.
Let's first.
Yeah, the ball kids were standing at the net, not letting him play. He's putting his arms like, what's going on here? What are they doing?
He's chomping at the bit with that 4-3 lead.
$15. Third, 15.
Great serve out wide. And we've seen some of that variety on his service game so far tonight, Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, that's his favorite spot. And down the tee on this side. Anytime he tries to go wide, What I was saying is anytime he tries to go wide on the ad side, it ends up pulling back into the player's body. And if he tries to go T on the deuce side, it ends up sliding into Ito's body, which is not accurate on all parts of the service box. Yet. Plenty of time to work on that.
Just deep. And game point for Tiafoe. Looking for that killer instinct. Was not able to nail down the first set. Up 4-1. Trying to force a third set here under the lights in New York. And an ace for Tiafoe. Number 6 on the night. And he's a game away from taking the second set. Exactly what Taylor said from that side going up the tee.
Surprised Ito hasn't tried to take that serve away from Tiafoe. Ito is no rookie. He's been around a long time.
26 years old.
$15 left. $15 all. $30-15.
$30-15.
Let's first.
Moving closer to the 2-hour mark here on court 17.
$40-15.
Ito's tried to play a little bit more aggressive this set. He's tried to step up and inflict more damage. In that first set, he was very content just to hang back and let Tiafoe decide who was going to win or lose the point.
$40-30.
Ito can't close it down, but he'll have one more game point coming. Ito, the 11 seed in this qualifying tournament.
Game, Ito.
And now he takes the game. A big service game coming for Francis Tiafoe. Can he close out the second set? It's on his racket. Ito staying alive, but Tiafoe will try to finish him off in the second. Close to 9 o'clock local time, but these fans want more tennis, cheering for Francis Tiafoe to force a third set against Tatsuma Ito. Tiafoe serving for the set at the top of your screen.
Love 15.
We mentioned it. Tiafoe was not able to close out the first set. He had 3 set points. Ito fought them all off, went on to win the first set in a tiebreak. Another great opportunity here for Tiafoe. Can he close it out?
Love 30.
Immediately a hole for Tiafoe. Down love 30.
Love 40.
Wow. 3 break points for Ito.